Now, brothers and sisters, back to where we started with two categories of people, one practicing and one non-practicing. The worst situation of a non-practicing Muslim is when he picks up his deen away from his homeland, away from the ulama, away from their wisdom, under the influence of politics. Then what is called, between brackets, terrorism can be produced. Those people who studied in circles with mosques, in the ulama as we studied, are taught wisdom, mercy, are taught patience, are taught as we were taught how to deal with the other based on the humanity of the other regardless of their beliefs. As to the case of a practicing Muslim, coming to the West here, living in such societies, they will be confronted by greater challenges. And believe me, it is not easy for a practicing Muslim who wants to respect his deen, his God, his Prophet, and respect his teachings to come and live here. And to be honest, we don't encourage people to migrate to non-Islamic land. Because of this fear, we are responsible for the religious community and we fear that they might lose the practice of their deen. We don't encourage them. We encourage them to seek knowledge, to migrate, to study at universities here. We, of course, understand the case of people who fled from oppression in the Middle East or other Islamic countries and found shelters here, and they are grateful. We are grateful to the Western governments for opening their countries to accommodate such people. But these people come with a lot of challenges. These challenges start from the Crusades, for example, and the long history or dark history of most of Europe against Islam. And it doesn't end with the colonial system in the beginning of the 20th century in the Middle East, or before 1830 with France and Algeria, for example, or in the beginning of the 19th century in India, or before that even in Indonesia. Countries like Belgium, the Netherlands, France, Britain, the UK, United Kingdom, and other countries who colonized the Islamic world. And this colonization, now admitted, wasn't something nice, wasn't something human. Up till now, stories in the news a few days ago, a French general died at the age of 90, they said, before he was punished, after committing so many massacres and ordering his soldiers to torture people in the uprising of the Algerian people in 1957, for example. Now, coming from an Arab country or the Islamic world, even from Indonesia or India, people come with that load in their hearts. That burden is inflamed in every day's news. With the state of Israel, for example, bombing Gaza Strip. With the state of Israel doing so and so and so. With here and there, Iraq and Afghanistan, all they hear in the news is that these European countries where he lives now are attacking the Muslim world. How can he establish now some balance between his own convictions, which he was taught when he was a young boy or a young girl in his own country, to respect non-Muslims, not to attack them, not to have hatred against them, and now coming to live alongside them, respect them, have the same level of respect, while he sees that these people are the ones who elected this government, and this government is doing so and so in the Middle East or following that policy. It is very difficult. However, it is our job here, and your job here, to work together to make a better understanding, or lay the ground for better understanding, that these people, we can help these people. It is not easy. There are media campaigns against Islam and Muslims every day. And the freedom of speech makes room here for things that are totally unacceptable in Islam, such as the case of Salman Rushdie, for example, and adopted and supported by the British government. Okay, we are against any fatwas to kill, but we are against the distortion of any religion. We are against blasphemy against Jesus or Moses or Prophet Muhammad of Islam, peace be upon them all. So Muslims find it very difficult to open the door and see his non-Muslim neighbor and look at him in the same way he was taught when he was in the Middle East or in his own country.